بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم والحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على أشرف الأنبياء والمرسلين نبينا محمد وعلى آله وأصحابه أجمعين. أما بعد, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, my dear brothers and sisters. Welcome back to Yo Show, Ask Eman, the show where it gives you the opportunity and the platform to pick up your phone and call us live here in the studio on 0203-515-0769. That's 0203-515-0769. And this is for you to ask us any question in regards to a deen, inshallah. And brothers and sisters, for those of you who prefer to send us messages, please remember all the details that you need to know. It's on the left-hand side of your screen, bi'idhnillah. And brothers and sisters, today, inshallah, we'll be live streaming on YouTube, inshallah. So usually we use the Facebook platform, but today, inshallah, we'll be using the YouTube platform, inshallah, brothers and sisters. So if you do have any question, do drop it down below, inshallah. And we'll get it live here, bi'idhnillah. I'll be your host for the next hour, inshallah, Mahmoud Yusuf. With me, I have my beloved Shaykh, Shaykh Wasim Kempson. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Hayyak Allah, Shaykhana. How are you today, inshallah?
I'm very well, jazakallah khair.
Alhamdulillah. Shaykh, as usual, inshallah, if you can bless us with a quick reminder, bi'idhnillah, so that way we can get our questions ready for you.
طيب, Bismillah, walhamdulillah, wassalatu wassalamu ala rasulillah wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in. All praise belongs to Allah. And may the peace and blessings of Allah Jalla wa ala be upon his final messenger, Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. So, assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh to the brothers and sisters and the viewers at home. So, just today I was, as I usually try to do, just do some reading on different topics and things like that. And I came across the understanding of the concept of that what makes us happy, as-sa'ada. And one of the definitions or the understandings that the ulama that they've reached, or they explain to us in how to gain happiness, instead of, and it can be done, of course, and you can explain it in many volumes of work, and it can be explained in lectures, or it can be explained in a number of or series of talks. But one sentence is as-sa'adatu is fima yurdillah, is that what will please Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in regards to your actions. So that what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala pleases, whatever pleases Allah azza wa jalla and we do, that is how we will find happiness.
No.
And that we won't find happiness, true happiness, real happiness in any other way. So how do we then find that? So then this is where the journey begins. And the journey begins by finding out and knowing what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is pleased with. And that is, of course, what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala obliged. So establishing the prayer and establishing the obligations. And then the conversation, or that what was written, well, it began like this, in that you fulfill the obligations because that's what pleases Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And being good to the khalq, or being good to the creation, being fair and just to others. This is also pleasing to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And again, this what will make you happy. And that subhanallah, that the one who gives finds more happiness than receiving.
No.
That a person who really understands true happiness is that a person who makes other people happy and really tries their best to make other people happy, that is more pleasing and more satisfying to them than them receiving things from other people.
Mm-hmm.
And if you can imagine that if everybody has this mindset that I feel happiness and true happiness in making other people happy, and everybody's doing that, that means everybody's focusing on everybody else.
Sorry.
Not that they forget themselves, no. But if everybody's thinking about everybody else or other people, then you find, subhanAllah, everybody lives in a happy way. Now, the reality is that not everybody's going to think like that, because we don't live in a utopian perfect society. There are people who unfortunately think of themselves and only themselves. But this should not deter us from trying to be from those people who make it easy and help other people. Wallahu alam.
Barakallahu fiqh, Shaykh. May Allah reward you for this beautiful reminder. And hopefully our brothers and sisters will benefit from the fact that we know as Muslims we're supposed to put others before us to make them happy. So that way, as you mentioned, to make us happy, inshallah, and to make Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala happy. طب Shaykhana, I'm going to start with the first question, inshallah, which starts with Assalamu alaikum, Shaykh. My question is in regards to performing salat. So if I went to a masjid and joined the I can't even pronounce the word.
Jama'ah.
The Jama'ah. How do you pronounce it?
Congregation. You got me going now. The congregational prayer.
So yeah, the Jama'ah, basically.
Jama'ah, no.
So if you want to perform salat al-Jama'ah and knowing that you missed salat al-Asr, you missed salat al-Dhuhr, and you've entered salat al-Asr and you already started the Jama'ah and you joined them. Now the second Jama'ah, you joined another Jama'ah to make sure that you're with the intention of salat al-Dhuhr. How does that do you get the same reward as performing Salat al-Jama'ah in a group, or do you still get the reward as performing the Salat late?
I kind of lost you halfway through.
طيب.
لا بأس.
I'll break it down. So in case our brothers and sisters just
Okay.
go for this.
طيب.
So if I come into the masjid for Salat al-Asr,
Yeah.
but knowing that I missed Salat al-Dhuhr,
Right.
now I've joined the Jama'ah for Salat al-Asr
طيب.
with
So
the
you're
intention of
ظهر.
Dhuhr.
Okay, good.
And then once the Salat al-Jama'ah has completed
Yeah,
Salat al-Asr,
Yeah.
I've joined another group with the intention of Salat al-Dhuhr, Salat al-Asr. sorry.
Okay. خيرا.
Do you get the same reward as Salat performing the Jama'ah prayer, or do you get the reward of performing Salat only?
No, so the person joined the salah, he prayed dhuhr with the Asr Jama'ah, and okay, your salah, that is okay for you to have a different intention, whatever excuse you had for delaying your prayer, but okay, no problem, inshallah ta'ala, your prayer is valid behind the Jama'ah. You get the reward for praying with the Jama'ah, inshallah ta'ala. Once you'd finished, that Jama'ah, obviously that Salat Jama'ah had finished, and some people came late, they wanted to establish their own Jama'ah for Asr, okay? So you joined them in that Jama'ah. Inshallah ta'ala, you get the reward of praying in that Jama'ah as well. It's not like praying in the main Jama'ah because there are more people and it's earlier time, but you're rewarded for that other Jama'ah as well. Wallahu a'lam.
Barakallahu fiqh, Shaykh. The next question we have says, Assalamu alaikum, Shaykh. If a woman is a woman allowed to study for becoming a dentist, even it means that she has to wear a uniform that is with a short sleeve, is she allowed to study this course?
Allahu a'lam. I don't know the answer to this.
Khair, inshallah. We have more questions, inshallah, but we literally like in the background, they're telling me 40 seconds. So, inshallah, we're going to continue continue with the question, inshallah. Inshallah, after that break. But, brothers and sisters, I'd like to remind you that if you do have any question, please remember you can actually pick up your phone and call us on our studio here on 0203-515-0769. That's 0203-515-0769. Or you can pick up your phone and send us your messages by email or WhatsApp, inshallah. We can get it live here and we can ask it on your behalf, bi'idhnillah. So brothers and sisters, please remember to join us after that break. For me and the Shaykh for now, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم والحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. My dear brothers and sisters, welcome back to your show, Ask Eman. طب شيخنا, inshallah, we're going to continue with the majority of the questions that we have, or continue with the questions that we have by WhatsApp and emails, inshallah. So one of the questions that we have here starts with Assalamu alaikum Shaykh. Please advise us about lying, which is April Fool Day. Well, so many people are using this date to lie to one another. Some of them will take it to the extreme of past the joking part of it and to the extreme. So what advice can you give our brothers and sisters who uses this method as April Fool Day?
طيب, I remember doing some reading about the origin of April 1st. What do you call April Fool's Day? But the full extent of it, I don't recall of it, so I don't want to mention part of the story.
No.
But nonetheless, I mean, Muslim and lying really shouldn't be in the same sentence.
Sure.
We as Muslims are forbidden to lie. In fact, it is part of our faith, and part of us as being Muslims is that we are truthful. We stand up for that what is correct. First and foremost, with our belief in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, stating the truth. Al-Haq, one of the name of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the truth, the ultimate truth, the ultimate that one holds up the rights of everything. So it is important for us as Muslims to understand the reality of standing up for the truth. It is the path to paradise. The Prophet ﷺ said in a sound hadith that sidq, or truthfulness, leads to birr, which is righteousness, and righteousness leads to the paradise. And on the other token, al-kadhib yahdi ila al-fujur, that lying leads to wickedness. Wa inna al-fujura yahdi ila an-nar, and that wickedness, it leads to the hellfire. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala tells us, not only just for us as individuals to be truthful, but also to be with those who are truthful.
Yeah.
When Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, "O you who believe, fear Allah, wa kunu ma'a sadiqeen," and that be with those who are truthful. That being with those who are truthful means that you will have a good environment. So this is very important, that your environment helps you to be truthful.
Sure.
So this is the origin of the Muslim, that they stand up for the truth, and no matter what the situation. Wallahu a'lam.
I got a question in regards to this, putting April Fool Day aside, joking and maybe just messing about with someone, where sometimes the joke itself goes to the next level.
Yeah.
Now, I know Islamically we cannot make jokes based on lie.
Yes.
But can we make jokes to wind somebody up?
Okay. So yeah, you're right, and the Prophet ﷺ told us that even with joking, you should not lie.
No.
Which is an easy thing to fall into, because the person will say that, I'm not. My intention is not to lie, but to joke, to joke, as if, quite simply. But we say that it is not allowed for you. Shouldn't do that. Don't do that. The other side is that, let's say that you're, as you mentioned, to do a joke to wind somebody up. I mean, that is a little. How that manifests or shows itself is I don't know. I'd further ask how far will you take that? Because jokes in Islam are fine, no problem, to make people laugh, as long as it's truthful. You're not involved in any lying. There's no haram involved and things like that. You're not mocking or taking the mickey out of somebody or taking liberties with somebody. You shouldn't do that either. And if you want to wind somebody up, you don't know how they're going to react.
Sure.
Maybe they take it in the completely wrong way, and then their reaction is, they get themselves in trouble by saying or doing things, and then you're held responsible for doing something which you. So you have to be very careful. You have to be very careful. If the idea is to, when you wind them, or you send them on you send them down the river without a paddle, for example, as the saying goes, that you ask them to do something and they think, what was going on here? And then you've mocked them. You kind of stay away from these things. You have to be very careful when you do things. Be very tactful. But those who are tactful, and those who don't lie and do it halal, these are always the best jokes. But if you fall into haram, then it's problematic. I mean, وياك.
Barakallah feek, Shaykhana, Jazakallah khair. طب next question we have, which I'm going to have to show you the photo, inshallah, just in case you might want to understand, inshallah. Shaykhana, so the first question starts with Assalamu alaikum. When I do my wudu and I read my salah, after my salah I wear my night slippers on my feet for the next salah. I do wudu again, but I don't wash my feet. I take my slippers off and wipe over my feet. Is that valid? Please advise. And this is the slippers we're talking about, the night slippers.
They want to wipe over that?
No, they wear it and they take it off and then they wipe over their feet. So after
They're wearing socks, are they?
No.
Nothing? Okay, we'll explain this. So the viewers are thinking, oh, I want to see what they look like.
Yeah, actually, maybe the brothers can put that as a graphic.
It's just like an open slipper.
No.
It's just an open slipper.
Home slippers, isn't it? I think
home slippers,
like,
yeah.
Yeah, the fabric one.
Yeah, that's right. So this kind of slipper doesn't cover your ankle. It doesn't.
No.
It's like an open slipper. You can see the top of your foot.
No.
So if you've washed your feet and you then prayed whatever you prayed, and then you they go to sleep in that slipper. They say
no.
No.
Okay. They just put the night.
They just put it
on.
right. So then.
So for the next salah.
There you are.
They perform wudu again because they've broken the wudu.
Yeah.
But
no, yeah, but you'd have to take that. You have to take that off. That slipper, you take it off because that doesn't. It's not considered a sock that you can wipe over.
Sure.
So you'd have to wash your foot. You'd have to wash your foot.
So you have to wash your foot.
You'd have to wash your foot.
She's asking, can I take my slippers off and wipe over?
No, you can't do that. You can't do that. No.
Okay. So it has
if
to
you were wearing socks.
No.
But if it's just your bare foot, then you can't just wipe over your bare foot in any circumstance.
Sure.
No.
Okay. طيب بارك الله فيك شيخنا. Next question we have. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. Just want to know if there are any ruling on makeup. جزاكم الله خيرا.
So, I mean,
just,
yes, I mean, that's a very, I mean, you can write like, you can do a lecture on use of makeup. I mean, makeup is, if sisters want to use makeup for beautification at the right time, then no problem, inshallah ta'ala. It's good to be more specific with regards to the makeup. It's okay.
And not long ago, I think I was reading about makeup itself, because we start getting these questions a lot in the show. And that made me think twice, and I thought, I need to know more about it. The reason was, how did makeup come across in the first place? But for obviously we can't say it in our show here, but it started in the wrong way. There's a reason behind it. Not just to beautify yourself, but there's a reason why they beautify in certain places where for example, the lips and stuff. Right. So I think from that side of it,
so the use of makeup, yeah, okay, fair enough. So the use of makeup is permissible. What's that based upon? Okay, well you claim that's permissible. We say al-asl al-ashya al-ibaha. That the origin of things is permissibility.
Right.
Okay, unless we find evidence to state otherwise.
Sure.
So we don't find anything prohibiting the use of makeup. If it's used in the wrong way, and then you go on to other issues.
Sure.
If you're using makeup in a way which, as I mentioned, I guess it covers what I just said. Using it in the wrong way, then yeah, you're not allowed to use it. But other than that, it's allowed for you to use, sisters for use to makeup.
Is there age limit Islamically?
Again, there's not something which is. It's not specified as to what age you're allowed to use makeup, but there's a time that amongst themselves, parents and things that they would understand culturally what's acceptable for using makeup. So if you find they go to parties and things like that, they would use makeup. You have to be careful, and you should also bear in mind the element of being bashful, and not, I was going to say, letting yourself go in terms of what you're going to wear, but we don't want to put too many restrictions, but people should be responsible, Allah.
Barakallahu feek Shaykhana, Jazakallah khair. We have a caller, inshallah. Let's take the first caller of the day. Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to Ask Eman. Hello, assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam.
Sister, you are live on Ask Eman. What is your question?
I just want to check with the Shaykh. Like when I fasted, like yesterday, Monday Sunnah day, and 20 minutes before breaking my fast, I see my menses. Just 20 minutes before breaking my fast, before Maghrib, and I see my menses. If that is, if I have to make it up, or is it counted?
And is this the month of Ramadan or just generally?
No, general Sunnah fasting.
طيب خير إن شاء الله. Barakallahu feek. Do you have any other question?
Or even if it was Ramadan one, what to do?
طيب أبشر. No worries.
Vice versa.
Barakallahu feek.
Thank you for that.
طيب barakallahu feek. So the question, Shaykhana, is in regards to the sister performing her Sunnah fast, which is Monday or Thursday, and then 20 minutes before she breaks her fast, she realizes the time of the month has kicked in. So what does she do now?
Yeah, so this happens, a sister's fasting, and during the day, no matter what time during the day that the menses starts, that then invalidates the fast. So the day doesn't count. If it's just a sunnah fast, it's not something you need to make up. You just weren't able to make it up. If it was a day that you're making up for the month of Ramadan, then that day would still remain in your account for you to make up in the future.
And do you get the same reward?
No, there's no reward because you didn't complete the day. So the day is needs to be made up. No.
Okay. No. Barakallah fi Shaykhana. We have another question here. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. As Muslim, can we buy and sell logos that restrict us on wearing as a Muslim when it comes to salawat?
Yeah.
40 seconds.
With regards to the logos and things like that, maybe we can answer that after the break. But just to the previous question, if you don't mind, right. I mean, if a person has done most of the day and things that will Allah reward them? Allah knows best. I can't say there's no reward for you. We hope that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala may give you something.
Sure.
Allahu a'lam.
Because I was going to get into it because obviously the 20 minutes she's mentioned. But khair. Barakallah fi Shaykhana for clarifying that. Brothers and sisters, please join us after that break, inshallah, for more of Ask Iman. So hopefully, inshallah, brothers and sisters, you probably heard me asking the question before we actually go for that break. And that's in regards to, I forgot it myself.
Logos.
The logos. Inshallah. So join us after that break, inshallah, where the Shaykh will be able to answer it. For me and the Shaykh for now, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم والحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, my dear brothers and sisters. Welcome back to your show, Ask Eman. Brothers and sisters, I'd like to remind you, inshallah, of the number that you need to call into the studio here, inshallah, is 0203 515 0769. And that's for you to pick up your phone and call us live here and ask us your question, bi'idhnillah. And for those of you brothers and sisters who prefer to pick up their phone and send us messages, please remember the details that you need to know, whether it's by email or WhatsApp that you need to send it. The details that you need to know, inshallah, is on the left-hand side of your screen. Brothers and sisters, if you're living overseas, if you want to call us live here as well, you can always use our WhatsApp number, inshallah, and you will see that on your screen, bi'idhnillah. طب Shaykhana, before the ad break, we were asking in regards to designing logos that is not permissible. It's not permissible as in Islam for us to wear or to actually have on or wear when we are performing our salat. What is Islamic ruling in regards to that? So we're talking about people. This specifically is in regards to someone who designs logos.
Okay. So anything that would have things that would have a soul, like drawing pictures, you should avoid. Anything or signs of which would be contrary to Islamic teachings. This is what comes to my mind. Other than that, you're free to design what you like. I mean, what the things that you should stay away from are restricted. You know, like drawing pictures, as I mentioned, things that have a soul, human beings or animals. Stay away from that.
Gothic design.
The things which represent things that are contrary to Islam. So things that are to do with shaitan and things like, yeah, obviously stay away from that.
Right.
Okay. Or symbols that are known to be contrary to Islamic teachings. You should stay away from that.
But some might argue and say, well, we don't know how shaitan looks like and what he believes in, and do you know what I mean? Like, because now we have this picture in our head that shaitan has got two horns in his head and he's red and he's got a tail. So, you know what I mean? So all this type of ideas that we have, or the perception that we have of a shayateen or iblis, is not exactly what we are seeing in illustration. So if somebody creates something that he believes is a Gothic look, would that be sinful as well? I'm thinking of.
So yeah, I mean that's fine. That's good. That's okay. What I would say is that if a person is a designer and they're not sure of something, present it to a person of knowledge. They can have a look at it for you, inshallah ta'ala, maybe give you the red, green or amber on it.
Right. Come to you tomorrow. طب خير Shaykhana, we have another question here. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Is it haram to hit the face?
The Prophet ﷺ told us that you should fear, you should not hit the face.
No.
So yeah, it's not allowed for us to hit anybody in the face. Wallahu a'lam.
But what about if you are going, for example, in training and they're teaching a self-defense class?
That being the case, because we move on to the next topic of boxing and things like that, it's not allowed for you to hit the face. It's not allowed for you to hit the face. No. The Prophet ﷺ said, don't hit the face. I can't sit here and say, yeah, go and hit the face for certain circumstances. You can't hit the face. No.
Barakallahu fi Shaykh. طيب جزاك الله خير. طيب we have another question inshallah, and this is in regards to salah, performing salah Shaykhana inshallah. So it starts with Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. If I enter a masjid and it says if I enter the masjid and the musallin are performing salat al-jama'ah and I want to pray tahiyyat al-masjid, what do I put my priority first? Tahiyyat al-masjid or the jama'ah?
The Prophet ﷺ said in a sound, authentic hadith, either uqimat as-salah, if the iqamah is made for the congregational prayer, فَلَا صَلَاةَ إِلَّا الْمَكْتُوبَةِ, and that there is no other prayer that should be prayed or established except the congregational prayer.
No.
So if a person enters the masjid, that you do not pray anything else except that they join the jama'ah. And if a person enters the masjid and they're praying sunnah prayers or they're praying tahiyyatul masjid, this is khilaf sunnah. This is not for, yeah, it goes against the sunnah of the Prophet ﷺ. So a person should be advised if they do that. Maybe they don't know. You know, you say it in a nice way, advise them in the best way. But when a person enters the masjid and the congregational prayer is established, you join the congregational prayer immediately.
طيب barakallahu fi Shaykhana. Next question we have, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. How long is the iddah?
The iddah, or the waiting period for a woman, it really depends on the reason for that. There's not just one iddah.
No.
There's the iddah of a woman who, if she's been divorced and she has a menstrual cycle, then her iddah is ثلاثة قروء. Then she has to complete 3 menstrual cycles. If she has no menstrual cycle, maybe she's reached the age of past menopause, then her iddah will be 3 months.
No.
If a woman who has her husband has passed away, then her iddah will be 4 months and 10 days, according to Islamic calendar. And if a woman who has requested a khul'ah, dissolution of the marriage, and the husband agrees to that khul'ah, then her iddah will be 1 menstrual cycle. So it really depends what iddah.
Oh, okay. SubhanAllah.
No.
I thought it's iddah just covers majority of.
Yeah, or there's another iddah as well. Let's say a woman who is pregnant, and while pregnant, divorce happens. The husband will divorce her. Then her iddah would be until she gives birth, whatever duration left in the pregnancy until the day she gives birth. That will be the length of her iddah.
Oh, so the divorce doesn't fall until she gives birth? I thought divorce is not accepted.
No. If a woman is pregnant, then divorce can occur. Yes, it can.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Okay.
and her iddah will be until she gives birth.
طيب. Barakallahu feek, Shaykhana. Next question we have is in regards leaflets in Shaykh. It says, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Is leaflet with images allowed to come inside the masajid?
Okay, so leaflets with people's faces on it, I would say it's, if at all possible, to leave them outside the masjid in the what they call istiqbal, what do they call it, the reception area, or an area outside the masjid. You should try to keep pictures outside of the masjid. Okay,
Sure.
so leafleting is important to to display people's different projects and so on. And if people want to distribute that amongst the musallin, the people at the masjid, then you can do it outside. But it's better not to distribute, if at all possible, with the pictures inside the masjid. No.
I agree.
Wallahu a'lam.
I agree. Barakallahu feek, Shaykhana. I've got something that maybe I'll ask a question in regards to certain masajid I've been to, and you see, for example, a sign that says fire exit, and you see people, they go to the extent of colouring the figure. Some of them, they will cut the neck. Some of them, they will scratch the top head. What is Islamic ruling when it comes to? I mean, we all know fire has a sign. It's a must that we should have by law.
Yeah, sure.
So Islamically, are we allowed to tamper with it?
Yeah, so because it's a silhouette, which is an outline of a person, this doesn't constitute a detailed drawing of a human being. So therefore wouldn't come under a prohibition, because it's just like an outline.
Right.
So there would be, if it depends on where you're praying or the masjid, if you have some exit doors which happen to be at the side of the masjid, for example, there's no need for you to start scratching it or damaging it, or it sounds really kind of extreme. You start decapitating, you start removing the head. But there's no need to do that, because it's just a silhouette.
Sure.
And the musallin, or the people in who attend the masjid, it's not their responsibility to do things like that. If a person has an issue, then they should contact the administration of the masjid and raise that issue with them. And then the administration can then seek advice of people of knowledge as to, okay, what do we do? And if you were asked, they said there's no need for you to do anything really. You can just leave it, and then you inform the musallin, because maybe the musallin thinks, oh, you're bringing pictures into the masjid. Maybe people don't know.
Right.
So then you can give them information, and then they can be calm, inshallah.
Barakallahu feek, Shaykh. And we have another question which I've come across before. Assalamu alaikum, Shaykh. What advice can you give the Imams who give khutbah without wearing a kufiya?
Okay, so with regards to the khutbah and delivering the khutbah on a Friday, it is a very special honor. You are fulfilling what the Prophet ﷺ began at the very beginning of Islam in delivering the khutbah. And it has responsibilities. There may be communities where if the Imam didn't wear the kulfi or the taqiyya or the hat, if he didn't wear that, then the community doesn't really have much of an issue with that. Because we're not talking about whether your prayer is valid or not. If you didn't cover your head, your prayer is still valid, of course.
No.
But then there may be certain communities who are used to, they're used to when the Imam delivers the khutbah, that he presents himself in a certain way. And it is upon the Imam to kind of be aware of his community. If he's visiting a community, for example, maybe in his own community he doesn't wear one.
Right.
But then you go to a new community and you turn up not wearing one, and the musallin are like, what's this? It's like he's not taking the khutbah serious.
Right.
So it's upon the visiting Imam to kind of find out what people are used to and fall into that, so that you don't create fitna amongst the people. Okay, so this is extremely important, that you want the people to be listening to your khutbah and thanking you at the end for your khutbah, and not coming up to you and asking you, why didn't you wear a hat? Okay, so as an imam, as a khatib, you have a responsibility to understand the community that you're delivering the sermon to. No.
I didn't know it's a big issue of khatibs. Is it that bad? To that extent? That bad?
Wearing the hat?
No, I mean like you have to think of what to wear before you go on.
Oh no, 100%. Yeah, for sure. I mean, a khatib is not just there just to deliver a sermon in what he thinks is. He needs to understand his people. He needs to understand the people that are sitting there and listening to him. It's important for him to deliver a message to the people that they will benefit from that for the week.
No.
Because maybe some of these people only attend once a week.
No.
So if you turn up on the minbar and deliver a message and then the people leave without being affected, then you've done a disservice to your responsibility that's given to you.
Barakallahu feek, Shaykh. May Allah reward you. Brothers and sisters, please join us after that break, inshallah, for more Ask Eman. Please remember the numbers 0203 5150769. For me and the Shaykh for now. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, alhamdulillahi rabbil alameen, wa salatu salam ala rasulillah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. My dear brothers and sisters, welcome back to your show, Ask Eman. Brothers and sisters, please remember, you can always pick up your phone and call us here and ask us any question in regards to your deen, inshallah. We're going through so much the questions that we're going through in WhatsApp, inshallah, and we are benefit from the questions that we're getting from our brothers and sisters. But it will be nice, inshallah, for you brothers and sisters to pick up your phone and call us live and ask us your question. Remember, brothers and sisters, the reward that you get is immense. For every answer the Shaykh gives, inshallah, we can all get the reward, bi'idhnillah. طيب, Shaykhana, we have a question here. In regards to, did we have any questions before? We did actually, before the break, sir. And we said we're going to continue with after that break, right? Is that correct? I'll ask. I think there was. No, actually, it wasn't.
We did the logo before.
No, that was
did it
answered.
before.
That was answered. خلاص. طيب, خير inshallah. Shaykhana, we got more questions inshallah. But before I do that, inshallah, let's take this caller so that we don't keep anybody waiting, inshallah. Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to Ask Eman.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Hayyak Allah, sister, you're live and Ask Eman. What is your question?
Okay, Jazakallah khairan. I just wanted to check if this can be categorized as backbiting or not. I'm currently studying counseling, and I'm at a stage in my course where we do different processes in college. Yep. We sort of discuss the feelings, and sometimes I find myself having to share some of my experiences, or maybe how I have experienced someone or certain people I had an encounter with, and not necessarily, sometimes they are not necessarily a pleasant one. So I always feel bad afterwards because I'm not sure if it is, categorized as backbiting or not. So I just wanted some clarity. Jazakallah khairan.
I need some clarity myself, Shaykh.
Okay. So on this issue, if a person is seeking counseling on an issue and somebody wronged you, and you're in a position where you are going through, you need to get over or get through the situation that has happened to you. Now, if at all possible, you are able to explain the situation without mentioning people's names, then that would be, that should be the first point of call, not to mention people's names. If you can describe that, that so-and-so did something to me and I feel I was wronged, I was treated badly, maybe I responded wrong to that. The point of what I'm saying is that there is a goal behind mentioning the situation, meaning that this is what happened and this is how I reacted to that situation, and the view or your intention is to, to better understand what happened, or for you to, in future, have a better reaction, or how you're going to approach that person in the future. There's a positive reason for mentioning that. It's not just negativity, just mentioning news that happened for absolutely no reason. If it's part of one's treatment, if we're going through counseling, and there's a positive outcome, or there's a positive objective, then that is not considered backbiting. As long as you have the hudud or the boundaries of the Sharia, you're not mentioning things unnecessarily. You're not mentioning people's names, if at all possible. But if you take this approach, then it's fine for you to mention what is necessary concerning the situation. Wallahu a'lam.
Jazakallah khair, Shaykh. We got next call, inshallah. Let's take next caller, brothers. Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to Ask Eman.
Sorry. I just had two questions, please. Well, actually, one was a question about wudu, and the other one was just a clarification about the sister who asked about dentistry. So I think she asked regarding. So this is not Islamic opinion, but I think she asked about showing your sleeves, and I'm actually a dental student myself, and I just want to say that you can actually get sleeves that you put on over your clothes, so you can get disposable sleeves, and they should provide them where she's studying or any kind of hospital environment. I know a lot of sisters don't know that you can get sleeves to cover your arms.
Barakallahu feek. May Allah reward you, inshallah, sister, for sharing this, because obviously this is the purpose of our show, inshallah. It's for us to benefit one another, because obviously certain things that we do not know the answer to, obviously because we give a generic answer, whether Islamically or not, but with this type of things, obviously, because you're studying it, you're more knowledgeable in where you can actually get the stuff from. Barakallahu feeki for sharing it. But what's your question, the first one?
Sorry, someone asked my mum that, when you're doing wudu and you're washing your feet, she was saying, do you have to use your left hand or your right hand to do it, or can you just use any hand when you're doing your feet?
Very good question. Barakallahu feeki.
Thank you.
Barakallahu feeki. May Allah reward you. طب Shaykh, in regards to wudu, when you are making wudu and you're washing your feet, do you use your left or the right, or doesn't it matter?
طيب. So concerning washing your feet, do you have to use your right hand for your right foot, or your left foot, or your right hand or your left hand for your left foot, or can you use one for the other? It's up to you. There isn't any specific way that you have to do that. It is narrated that the Prophet ﷺ would use his small finger in going in between his toes to ensure that the water would reach all parts of the foot. Okay, so it is not a must for you to use right for right, left for left. If you used to right to do both or left for both, then that's up to you.
And when it comes to the small finger,
but the small finger, it is
right
narrated
left,
that
doesn't matter.
it doesn't matter.
Okay.
Okay, it doesn't matter either, because I've seen pictures as well, right? That when you're going through the toes on your foot, you see numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, and this is the order you're supposed to do. This has no basis.
No, so there's no order on
No,
where
there's
you
no
should start, where you
specific
finish.
order as to which toe you should begin with.
Right.
There's nothing authentic concerning that.
Sure.
Okay, so whatever, even if you put all 4 fingers like this and in between your toes like that, that's okay as well. Just to ensure that the water has reached all of your foot. Wallahu a'lam.
طيب. Barakallahu fiqh, Shaykh. Next question we have says, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. How can we talk without getting angry?
It's okay.
Forgive me, Shaykh, sorry.
No, but so just imagining with the 4 fingers like this. Subhanallah. طيب, I mean, with regards to anger, it's how do you not become angry? This isn't strictly. I mean, the Prophet ﷺ helped us, gave us some practical examples. That if a person becomes angry, what do we do? A person who's standing, sit down. Okay, if you're sitting down and go to another place, change your environment, go to make wudu. These are practical things that you can do, which will help you deal with the anger that may come to you. Prior to that, how to stop yourself becoming angry? This is more of a kind of a psychological question, which I'm not. It's not my speciality.
No.
But try to remember Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala at all times. Try to control your emotions and not allow situations to get out of hand at the beginning. This kind of general advice I can give. Wallahu a'lam.
Barakallahu fiqh, Shaykh. Now we have another question. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Can a baby be called Malik?
Yes, you can. Malik means is like owner.
No.
Yeah, so I mean
On his own.
On its own, yeah. I mean it's and its understanding in his ownership of it's restricted. It's not Maliki Yawmiddin. Allah is the owner of the Day of Judgment.
No.
Somebody's Malik is permissible, inshallah ta'ala.
طيب خلاص barakallahu fiqh, Shaykhana. This is another question we have, I think from we get this every now and then, but obviously now we're getting it more and more often in regards to Day of Judgment. Some people ask us, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. We know the signs of the Day of Judgment are getting closer and closer and closer. Do we need to do a lot of nawafil prayers?
Yeah, so not just because of Yawm al-Qiyamah coming closer, but our death is coming closer. The time, our appointment for us leaving this worldly life is by the minute, by the second, by the minute, by the hour, by the day, by the week, by the month, by the year, is getting closer and closer and closer and closer. So increase in your ibadah, no doubt.
No.
Increase in nawafil, in whether that's nawafil fasts, nawafil prayers, nawafil sadaqah, whatever voluntary acts of worship that you can do, then do as much as you can, whatever is easy for you. No, wallahu a'lam.
Barakallahu fiqh, Shaykhana. Is there anything as a Muslim, sorry, this is another question, Assalamu alaikum. Is there anything as a Muslim that we can do to get closer to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? For us, whenever we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for anything, He will give.
So, when we make dua, we must realize, when we make supplications, not everything that you ask for you'll get.
No.
Because not necessarily everything you ask for is good for you.
Sure.
So the Prophet ﷺ informed us that when a person makes dua to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, we fundamentally know that Allah Jalla wa ala hears your dua. Every single creature, every human being on earth who has a need, whether they say it or not, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is fully aware of your needs.
No.
Now, but you as an abd, when you raise your hand and you say, oh Allah, I want this and I want that. Allah, as the Prophet ﷺ told us, that maybe Allah Jalla wa ala will decree that matter for you immediately and you get what you are asking for. Or maybe Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will not give it to you because it is not good for you. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala ya'lamu wa antum la ta'lamun. Allah knows and you don't know. So if you're constantly making dua and it doesn't happen, you don't get it, alhamdulillah. Maybe Allah knows something that I don't know.
Sure.
For sure. Allah knows something I don't, and alhamdulillah. Or thirdly, that what you're asking for, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala saves that for you on Yawm al-Qiyamah. Allah Azza wa Jal delays the answering of your supplication to the Day of Judgment, maybe when you need it most. Okay, so it's important for us to understand the concept of when we make dua, these are the possible outcomes for us. It may be the outcome as well that maybe I'm involved in some form of haram, which is preventing my dua from being answered. So then I look at myself, and if I'm doing something in haram, I stay away from that and avoid that, so that I can ensure, inshallah ta'ala, my dua is being answered. Wallahu ta'ala alam.
Barakallahu fiqh Shaykhana for being here, and may Allah reward you for every step you've taken to be here with us, inshallah. Brothers and sisters, I'd like to thank you as well for taking part on the show, whether it's by calling us or watching us, inshallah. For me and Shaykh for now. Till next time. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.